What's good, everybody? What's good, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Mama Knows Best, episode 42. And I'm so glad my mother didn't interrupt me. But I have to say, you called me a milk dud last episode, and it was good. You got me. But look at
I
your
always
hair.
get you.
You look at your hair. You look just like your mother. Okay, the wig is always off.
This is not a wig; it's a sew-in. I mean,
I'm so sick of these modern women. I had to mute her. She's so goddamn disrespectful. I'm sick of Gayle King. I'm sick of Oprah Winfrey. I'm sick of my girlfriend's mother, Carmen Flowers. Okay, I'm gonna say that again. I'm sick of my girlfriend's mother, Carmen Flowers. I hope you watch it. I'm so sick of you. And this person I'm the most sick of is Mama. Okay, so don't interrupt me while I'm talking on my introduction. Look at your hair. The wig is shifted to the right. That's how you know to like your mama. And you look like Reds. I pay a lot of money. Okay, so when I say this, I need it to pop up. You look like a Pittsburgh Steeler. I don't even know the Steelers colors. Okay, but you look like that in your head.
Oh, you're a hater. You're a hater. You are a hater. Okay, your mama knows best. Mama looks the best. Now what?
Well, I'm gonna tell the audience. You know, this is a prime example of someone that's pushing 50, still thinking
they 46. How dare you? How dare you? I have 440.
46, 50, nigga, please. But no, we super excited for this episode 42, and we have one of the most esteemed guests coming on here. Okay, my big cousin, and so I had to dial it in because she's a principal. Okay,
right, and she's next to Jesus. If she snapped her fingers,
I had someone to call me today because I was bragging on her, and they told me that this is God's angel coming on. So I had to be very, very, very respectful. I had to be very, very controlled, and I had to watch my language oh so well. Okay, so I don't even got to even talk about the topic because you guys saw the thumbnail. Shout out Rez. You guys see the title, okay? And if you made it to this point, please like and subscribe. But it's time to bring up my big cousin up here.
Yeah. Hey, everybody.
Now, Miss Keyonia, we finally had some class on this podcast. I dealt with my mama for about 40 episodes, zero class. Okay, that Pittsburgh still over there, Franco Harris, Ben Roethlisberger, whatever she is over there to the right of me. No class, but we finally have gotten rid of the modern woman syndrome and brought a woman to class on here. And I'm not even gonna shout you out because I'm gonna. I gotta mute you. You interrupted me again. I'm not even gonna even really shout you out, Miss Keyonia, Cuz Keyonia, whatever you want to be called, because I know you're principal. I have to really give credit to Mr. Cobbins, my big cousin, because. You know, he was the prize, okay? He was the president, and he found him a first lady. So I know I'm not going to give you an introduction. I'm going to shout out your husband, and I'm going to give you some rules because I know that you're a principal and have to be controlled. But you cannot interrupt me. Okay. Keep your statements to a minimum because I don't want to put my audience to the sleep.
And the principal here.
But you can interrupt that tiger stripe over there. You can interrupt her.
I'm representing your alma mater, Mizzou in black and gold.
That is true.
MIZ.
Cuz, how you feeling? I'm gonna let you talk. We've been talking for too long.
Listen, this is filling my bucket. Like, I love y'all. You know, I've always loved y'all. It means so much to me. Cousin Alicia, I've looked up to her since I was a little girl. Like, I'm sorry. She's the GOAT.
Thank you.
No, she's not. She's a modern woman. She's not the GOAT. She's a modern woman. But
the GOAT.
We are honored to have you on here. And again, you, the Cobbins family. I mean, I know we talk about the Jeffersons. I know we talk about all these other sitcoms, but y'all real life. It ain't make believe. So we honored to have you on as a representation of your family that's doing great things. But because you are the principal, and we want you to answer the question. Don't come in here ducking no smoke. Don't come in here shocked because we family.
Okay.
We're gonna give you, we know we're talking about ChatGPT. We're talking about AI. So we'll give you the first question. Is ChatGPT making us dumber?
I don't think so. I don't think that it is because let me put it like this. It depends on how it's being used. Okay. So I know for me in the line of work that I do day to day, you're constantly doing stuff. You're constantly moving. You're constantly thinking through stuff, and communications is key.
Right.
People are not going to listen to you if you're not able to communicate clearly and effectively. And some days, to be truthful, if I got to send out an email to families or if I got to send out an email to my staff, my brain is done. And so trying to think through, what I want to say, sometimes when I put it in a format, I can't think of what format I want to put it in. So I use ChatGPT, but I also wordsmith it, because once you put your what you want to say in there, and then you get the written up explanation or whatever you want to say, you have to think through what sounds like you, because I don't want to sound like a robot, or I don't want to sound like I'm being not genuine, right? So I think for young people and people that use it in general, you need to make sure you wordsmith it. So if you get something written out, make sure it sounds like you. Go through it, look through it carefully. So it could be an effective, so it's a resource.
Exactly.
Resources, we got to use the resources that we have. And it's a blessing for me. So I think it's appropriate. I don't think it's making people dumber. Now I will give this disclaimer. Sometimes so in the past I've seen speeches with these young students, okay, and they get up and they been called. I know, Christian, I'm looking at, they get me called to speak, and you like, okay, I can tell right that ain't you. That's ChatGPT all the way. It ain't got no personal feel. It ain't got, and so I think in those situations you're like, okay, why not just put your own touch? Why not just speak from the heart? You know what I'm saying? And then maybe have somebody who you know or trust edit it, especially if it's like you're going to be giving a speech in front of thousands of people. So I do disagree with it in that perspective, but honestly, I think it's great.
I'm gonna hop in here. I'm gonna make it quick, because I love the fact that you brought up the email part. ChatGPT is making us dumber, because I'm at a point now where I can't even send an email out without ChatGPT.
Because you were dumb then. That's has nothing to do with ChatGPT. So let's make that clear. Okay.
Well, he did graduate in 4 years. So
I did.
And he did, and he told me he cheated his way through school.
I did. But I'm at a point now where I can't send an email without ChatGPT. I use ChatGPT for everything: resumes, cover letters.
Text
it's
messages
just like,
to your mama.
ChatGPT.
Text messages to these modern women.
I haven't had ChatGPT to get to deal with you yet. You're so out there that it hasn't. It still needs to update its iOS. Okay, but hey, I love ChatGPT, but I know that my IQ has went down tremendously. Mama, it's on you.
How can you determine that, Christian? How do you?
Well, because I think, I would say this, because I feel like my creativity is now being strict, because I know I have a tool now that where I don't even have to think outside the box. And I think that with phones, introduction to phones, and I feel like looking back and just seeing, because I wasn't there, but seeing how you guys came up and the generation above, I feel like there was more continuity. There was more better as far as, just the life part of it, relationships, friendships, right? That's a form of relationships. What you guys able to create, it was things that now, like, in any arena or any environment in our lives, where's the creativity?
Right.
Music, television, academia, politics. Like, where is the creativity? Where is something where's the substance at? And I feel like this is just
now you're putting my viewers to sleep. Can you land the plane? You're basically saying that you're slow and you need help.
I'm eating my pizza because I'm hungry. I pay every bill in this. I pay every bill in this piece, and my girl got me a freaking frozen pizza from Trader Joe's. Okay, so I'm gonna let you speak while I enjoy my pizza. Go ahead.
Right. So I think, cousin, you hit the nail on the head. It's a resource. It's a tool. That we utilize. So to me, it's part of evolution. If you go back to, take it back to the printing press. What did they say about that? That it's going to be mad spread of lies, that people are not going to be going and using books anymore to educate themselves. What did they say about the calculator? That the calculator, that students are not going to be able to have the basic math skills because they are reliant on the computer. Let's even bring it even forward with the internet. I mean, all of these things that come out when they're first introduced, yes, we're relying on them heavily because for one, it's something new. And again, ChatGPT it's groundbreaking.
Yeah.
I mean, it does help you, like you could throw something in there and it spit things out.
Right.
If you can do something that takes you 10 hours and it reduced it to an hour, you're telling me that's not effective. Where the dumb part comes in is where we're not growing. We're not learning. I use ChatGPT, but guess what? I still read books.
Right.
I still get it. Like he talking about being dumb. He eating pizza. You think that pizza is feeding his brain? Fast food. Look about fast food, microwave food, food that you have to put in the oven. That's making you dumber.
Listen, I think it's about both. It's this and that.
Right.
What you all said. Like it depends on how it's being used. And then also it's depending on what are you still doing to create. Christian, you hit something. You said creativity and you said connection. You talked about the disconnect that comes with technology, but I feel like that in most homes that has to be set by the family, right? Lisa, you have to be it's intentional.
Yeah.
Right.
Anything though, and that's why, but what Alicia's point is, and I agree with this. Why not use the resources that we have so we can get back some time? We need to get back some time. So we can use it somewhere else. I can use it more, effectively somewhere else. So I think if it becomes a crutch and Christian, to be truthful, if you needed to do an email without AI, you could do it.
No, 100%, cousin. I'm not arguing that. You guys make great points. All jokes aside, and Rez, for the second question, we might as well transition to this. And the second question is ChatGPT negatively affecting the education system? So, that's we've already kind of been touching on that. I think yes, at 24, can I send an email? Yes, because before ChatGPT, right? Maybe the first 10 years of my life of as far as maybe when I was sending emails, let's even say you send emails from, legitimately maybe 15 to 19. Even those first 4 years, if you send in some professional emails,
right,
you're doing it on your own. So you kind of knew, okay, how to be professional, whatever. Mm-hmm. What I will admit though is I know that I think that I would be even farther if I didn't necessarily have a phone. And so two things can be true at once. What you said is right.
Right.
The household and parenting is going to it's going to set the foundation for can the child be great, and at some point the child has to accept what the boost is and then go. Right. My parents were so successful and had such a structure that if I don't be successful in my life, it's not my mother's fault. It's not it's not my father's fault. It's my fault. Right. And so, but and I remember this crazy example. Eventually, they were so structured, I was upset about that. But I realized the benefits of it. I had to turn on my phone to them until I was probably about 16, and I was like, man, that stuff is weak and all that. But then but I wasn't tired yet. But I would read books. Yeah, I would do this, and I felt like my mind was. I was in a more creative space. I was advancing myself. I was more in tune with who I was as a person. Yes. And then when those restrictions were let off and they allowed me to breathe and spread my wings, because you have a cell phone, now that connection dies. Now that creativity dies. Right. And I think, specifically within the education system and Black people, we are set apart. I'm not anti no race, none of that. I got friends on all aspects, all races. Mm-hmm. But within the Black community, we are suffering because we are lacking creativity in every environment. And we are so special. Even within that, we still are trendsetters. Music, media, all those different things. We still are the leaders and the tone setters. But where are our examples and where is the creativity that's from that? And I feel like with ChatGPT, I know I'm going long-winded. Yes. I feel like we have lost that. And I'm worried about the Johnny that's 8 or 9, where is Alicia able to tell Johnny not to have a cell phone when now 4-year-olds are playing with tablets? Right.
Yeah. Well, okay. I'm gonna chime in and then.
I want Cuz to go because she's the principal, and then you go.
Well, I was gonna let her close out, but fine.
you run it, Cuz. You tell me what you want to do.
No, you go ahead, cousin.
Okay, so here's what I've seen. It's across the board. It depends. Again, I will say this over and over again, and I tell families this all the time. It depends on how you structure your household. Something you mentioned is what your parents did to set you up for success. They created boundaries. They set it structures. I don't think so. So anything can be bad if there's no balance, if there's no boundaries, right?
Yeah.
Anything. So, it's a resource. It's positive. It could be used in a beneficial way, but there has to be teaching, and there has to be structure, and there has to be boundaries. All those things have to happen for there to be success. And that's with, to me, anything. So I don't want to, like, you know how we say, people used to say money's the root of all evil. No, money's a great thing, and we need it. It's a great resource.
You can sleep at night when your lights is paid.
Amen.
And you got money in the bank.
Period. And it's a nice thing when you can even self-care and taking care of yourself or whatever, getting the resources that you need. But it could become an evil source if it's, put in the wrong hands, if there's no boundaries, if there's no teaching behind how to take care of your money or all those things like that, So I say that to say, I don't feel like putting a label and saying ChatGPT or AI is a bad thing. I think saying more so the way that we use the resources that we have, and families have to understand something in our education system. Things are going to change. Alicia hit the nail on the head. There's an evolution happening, but and like you said, Christian, it could be a bad thing if there's not structures or systems put in place. It could be really bad. You got 4-year-olds with tablets who are not learning how to socialize, who are not learning how to read. They don't know how to sit and just do because they're like, overly stimulated from all the things that we have or whatever the case may be. So, but it could be a good tool too, because, so anyway, I just think boundaries.
Yes.
Right. And structure and time and teaching. Where's the teaching anymore, y'all? Nobody teaches anything anymore.
Exactly. That was my thought. To me, the second question to me was another stupid question by the EP son. ChatGPT.
You don't disrespect me, Rez, and Eric.
To me, it was.
There's 3 men above you. It's me, Eric, and Rez outrank you. So if you want to get a question revised, you have Eric contact me. Go ahead.
I just there again, the educational system is the educational system, period. Yeah. Like you said, like that in itself, it needs to be set up regardless to see if actually a kid is learning. I don't know if I'm explaining that correctly.
No, you're on the right path.
Because a lot of times with school, you're learning by repetition. You're not necessarily learning by application, life application, getting curriculum that is catered to you. And that is a whole nother topic that we could talk about all day long. So just because a person wrote a paper with ChatGPT, that does not mean that they didn't learn anything.
Right.
I think the educational system need to be revised to actually see that if these kids that are leaving this, 12th grade, they meet these fundamental criteria, not because of a test, which I don't have the answer for, because of course I've been through it since Christian and went to higher ed. Right. But my point of it is just to say, is it have a negative effect? No, there again, it's a tool. Now I think talking about creativity, the school system probably need to figure out how to use ChatGPT and use it more effectively for the kids to learn. I just think it is something that's new that we're probably heavily reliant on, but learning never stops. Even like, you talk for 5 minutes. Let me finish. Let me land the plane.
No,
because you already talked about nobody to look up to. No, that's not true, because learning does not even stop after post.
That's not what I'm saying. Let me see.
Well, you said that there's no creativity.
I'm gonna call out Cuz on this. I'm gonna call out Mama on this. We got two people. I'm ready to go now. I'm fired up. I ain't hungry no more. I'm fired up and I'm filled up with my frozen pizza from Costco or Trader Joe's, wherever my woman got it from. I'm fired up. Okay, so this is the part of the episode where we got two 40-year-olds on here. Cause I don't know if you're 40. You look like you're 31, but you might be over 40. But this is a time on the episode where it's time for me to impart some wisdom, because both of you guys are putting all my viewers to sleep, and I'm getting bored. And what you guys are saying, all this vanilla, all of this, it's just stop. It's boring and nothing is it's
no, because what you're saying is you're lazy.
You've been muted. It's time for me to get some substance, okay? I'm gonna give you an example, right? Let me give you a real life example, because you're a principal. Okay. We know that you're esteemed, and we know that you're with Michael Cobbins, this great football coach of Kansas City. Okay, just so is the Cobbins family. Okay, but just shout out the Cobbins family. Let me give an example. Let me give you some numbers. I did some research to prepare for this topic because I had a principal coming on here. I did some research.
ChatGPT.
I muted you again. It was actually ChatGPT. I did. You got me. It was. I Google searched it, but then AI put it up. So I did go to ChatGPT. That's a great point. You landed your plane with that one. They said after 1 year for exit rate of poverty, if you don't make out the 1 year, the percentage of making out of poverty goes from 56% to 13%. Okay. So what I'm saying is, when someone's in poverty, there's so many different distractions for them to be successful, right? A bad conversation, a good conversation get lost in a world full of trauma. And so what I'm saying is, I'm not saying that a student can't learn ChatGPT or maximize it, but when there's so many different distractions, cell phones, tablets, ChatGPT, the lack of leadership in our community overall, our Black kids are being blinded by so many distractions that exit rate goes from 50%, 56% to is our kids that we're raising up ever going to get to that level of, are we ever going to see Malcolm X again? Are we ever going to see Martin Luther King again? Are we ever going to see these musicians that actually have some substance? Are we ever going to see a Cosby Show again? Are we ever going to have an Obama again? That's what I'm worried about, because we have to have an exit rate towards success and not blind our kids with so many distractions. Principal, I need to hear from you.
Okay, but what is the success criteria? So your mom mentioned something, and as she was hitting the nail on the head, what she was trying to speak on is equity. And we got an issue with equity in our systems, in our school systems. And I will speak, I'm be careful because I'm trying to not step on anybody's toes. But these systems were not set up for our Black boys and girls to thrive in, right? Naturally. And so there has been success criteria that only fits one type of learner, or one type of you only got one way to show what you know or what you learn. That is a systems error. That has nothing to do with ChatGPT. Exactly. Now, using those systems and using them creatively and teaching kids how to use them creatively, there we go. Okay, now we're on a path to somewhere, because our kids, the way we learn, the way we receive information and then are able to take that information and push it back out is different, but nobody has discovered that yet. Think about our ancestry and where we come from. Now, I don't want to get deep, but I can get deep. We're in systems, and all three of us have thrived in systems that were not set up for us to succeed naturally, right? Absolutely. The way we learn, the way we internalize information, but we beat the status quo. And why? Because, okay, we had structures, we had supportive families, and we were given the resources necessary, and we put in the time and we put in the work. But we have to change the way we're thinking about learning and about teaching, and the way kids are able to show what they know. And if we have resources that are that are evolutionary, that will help our students be able to show what they know in a different way, besides one size box, or in one way, how we had to do it, right? Take a test, write a paper. That's born, and for some of us, that's not how some of us, we're hands-on. Some right. Of us, you give me a task, or you have me to perform or do something, I can do it. And so maybe I can use ChatGPT to help. It's a resource. Exactly. I do agree, Christian, it does not need to be a crutch, but nothing needs to be there. You should be able to show what you know in multiple different ways.
Exactly.
And we've got to change our school systems in doing that. And now there's work being done in some school systems. I'm in one, and we call it standard-based learning. So Missouri standards, right? You have to You have to meet those standards in order to go to the next level. But the way that teachers are required to show or are requiring students to show their understanding of those standards can be different. It doesn't have to be one like a test.
Exactly.
It could be in multiple different ways. And so using ChatGPT and AI or different research so kids can find creative ways to build that creative genius or show their creative genius, because they're smarter. You're right. They're smarter than us old heads. We dinosaurs. Like we just are. But these new generations are going to need those resources to be able to show that in different ways. So it's not the ChatGPT. It's where's the teaching? Where's the structure? Where's the boundaries? We just need it.
I wish I had my horn so I could be
whatever. Whatever. It was a great response. Mom, I'm gonna give you the last word. We got it. We went 11.
I don't need the last word because it shuts you up. So we
good. Well, I shut you up too. Hallelujah. I'm glad you said that. I gotta deal with you 24/7. So if you say you good, I don't gotta hear from that nigga Eric. I don't gotta hear from you. Good. Y'all keep going to Busch Gardens and all them exotic trips. And stop posting Eric. God, I'm so sick of Eric. I know we talking about ChatGPT, but I want to talk about Eric. I can't stand Eric. I can't stand Eric. I cannot stand Eric. And for everybody who don't know Eric, is my mother's boyfriend. I'm like, God.
I think it's great. Keep posting stuff.
He's still around. Eric is still around. We got to rid of him.
And look, he gonna call Eric soon as we get off this podcast.
Right.
Well, he's about 6'1". I saw him one time in person. He's like a goddamn middle linebacker. I was like, I'm good, bro. I don't want no someone. He came out there looking like Cobbins, like he was from the Cobbins tree. Do not let your husband see Eric, because he gonna have Eric trying to line up and play on his team.
Mr. Cobbins, thank you very much.
What the hell?
He didn't met him.
They met. They've actually met. Yes. We have.
So Eric has infiltrated my family. Let me get out of here, because I was gonna give you your flowers, but I don't even. This is a disgusting end to my podcast. Mama, I ain't want to talk to you. I'm gone. Thank you, Rez, for putting together the episode. I'm gone.
Bye.